America's most exciting radio talk show, The Savage Nation. And here he is, Michael Savage.
Well, here I am anchoring the most important election in my life. I suppose it's in your life as well, from the heart of the liberal monster here in San Francisco. I'll be with you for the next 3 hours. I have one observation. I'm not claiming it's that keen thus far, but it's so close across the country right now that it forces me to remember 2008 when I chartered a yacht for a group of supporters. We went out on San Francisco Bay, and Obama was ahead from the beginning. Right from the beginning, Obama had been winning, and he continued to win. And at the end, there was a photograph taken of me and my dog Teddy sitting on the edge of a bed with my head dejectedly hanging down, and the photo said, "The Night We All Lost." It's in my book, Train Tracks. And looking at that book tonight, I remembered that he was winning from the beginning in 08. He's not winning from the beginning in 12. So no matter what happens tonight, if God forbid the communist wins, he doesn't have the mandate that he may claim he has. The country is more divided today than it was in 08. The nation is more divided by race and by income than it's ever been in my lifetime. And what's interesting to me is we have a breakdown by race and by other factors, by ideology, by religion, from the state of Virginia. It's very interesting what the exit polls are telling us. In some cases, it's as you would expect. I mean, there's no surprise. In Virginia, where Romney's ahead 60-40 roughly, men, 52% Romney, women are roughly in favor of Obama. Out there, women, as you well know, were taken in by Obama's charm. But if you break it down by age, again, the youngsters seem to like Obama's con style. They don't like the old white man. If you break it down by religion, this is intriguing. In Virginia, Obama 48, Protestant religion, right? Where did Protestants go with their vote in Virginia? Romney 51, Obama 48. Catholic, 56 Romney, Obama 42. I don't know what other means, how many other religions are there. And by race, this is a real shocker. By race, you're very surprised. African American, 94% for Obama. Now that's a shocker. You would never expect that. Latino, meaning Hispanic. Latino is the wrong word. It's not the correct word. It's a political statement, not a correct statement. Hispanics voted overwhelmingly for Obama, 53-44. Asians, 63% went for Obama. This is in Virginia. And in Virginia, Romney 63% of the white vote, Obama 34% of the white vote. I could break it down by women, by men, by age, by religion, ideology. We've done all of that. Does it matter to you? Does it matter to you what the religion, what the race, what the this, what the that it is? Let me say this about our election system before we begin with the results. This country has about the worst voting system of any advanced democracy in the world. Americans worry more about vote fraud than voters in any other country in the West. Why? Do you know that this is the only nation in the world without a reliable system of national identification? Do you know that? Like, I went to the poll. I said, "Here's my driver's license." The little old lady in Tennessee said, "Oh, no, don't show me that." I said, "Why not? What do you mean, don't show you that? How do you know if I'm a citizen?" "Oh, we can't look at it." "Why can't you look at it? Every other country on earth, they look at it." So we have about the most scandalous voting system in the entire West. There are other problems in other countries. This is about the worst. This is about the worst I've ever seen. And the fact of the matter is, the fact that you could vote on different days, that you could send in a written vote, you could get it by electronics, you can vote by pencil, you can vote by Pony Express, you can vote by a swimming dog in this country. It's crazy, isn't it? In any other democracy, voters in the nation cast their votes on the same kind of balloting equipment. They're subject to the same rules. They're counted by impartial third-party companies. I've never seen anything like this. We have the most error-prone system in the West, the most susceptible to fraud, the least technologically sophisticated on earth. But here's your take-home message. We're the only country in the West that does not have a national ID or any ID required. Enough, Freddie. Let's go into the counting. You've heard all of it. You're watching television. The phone number here is 855-400-7282. 1-855-400-Michael Savage. If you're calling from anywhere in the United States of America, what are you calling me about? Are you nervous tonight? You want me to plumb the depths of the United States of America, the listeners of the Savage Nation? What do you feel will happen if the illegitimate wins again? What do you feel will happen if the illegitimate Democrat Party steals the election again? What do you think will happen when they stuff the ballots with millions of illegal aliens, triple and quadruple voting, use voter intimidation as they're doing with Black Panthers? Tell me what you think's going to happen if he wins. You think he has a mandate to raise taxes and flood the country with more of the same? I don't. How is he going to govern in this country if half the country doesn't want him to be president? Now let's reverse it. Shall I reverse it? What if Romney wins? How is he going to govern when you have 50% of the country that wants something for nothing? Huh? Tell me what you see going on in your polling place right now in the Savage Nation, whether you're in New York City, San Francisco, ding ding, whether you're in Texas, whether you are in Maine. The phone number is the same, 855-400-7282. In fact, the one thing that's consistent in the Savage Nation is that the phone number is the same for you wherever you are, unlike how you vote. Right now, Romney 51, Obama 48 in the popular vote. What does that mean? In 2000, Al Gore won the popular vote and lost the electoral vote, and the rest is history. He had to go into the fraudulent green energy business to make a living instead of becoming president. Look what it did for him. It was the best thing that ever happened to Al Gore was losing. He became a very rich man. Between the masseuses and Tipper leaving him, he never had it so good. The phone number is 855-400-7282. I'll live with it either way. What am I going to do, get hysterical today? I'm not going to get hysterical. What am I supposed to do, leave the country if Obama wins? I'm not leaving the country. My grandfather was the immigrant. I'm not going to be the immigrant. I'm not leaving the country if the illegitimate win. We've lived through corrupt administrations before. I'm sure we'll live through another 4 years of corruption if the Chicago machine should steal the election again. Okay? Okay, let's get it on. Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Touch gloves. Let's go. First caller, Bill, KSRO. Is KSFO or RO? I don't have a KSRO. Bill in Half Moon Bay, welcome to the Savage Nation. What's going on?
Dr. Savage. Yeah, hey, I went to vote here in my little precinct in El Granada, right across the harbor, from the harbor in Half Moon Bay. And I went up to vote. Of course, I tried to show my ID as well. And they instantly said, oh, no, we don't need that. I said, well, what if I told you my name was Annette such and such? Would you, blah, blah, blah. Then they finally, when they got to looking me up, they said, well, you're signed up to vote by mail. And I said, excuse me, I've never signed up to vote for mail. What's going on there? They wouldn't let me vote.
Oh, no. You're kidding me. Well, I went in today with a printed out, handwritten, mail-in ballot, but I didn't get it mailed in time, so I brought it in. That created quite a stir, but they didn't stop me from going in the little machine.
Yeah. Well, on those.
So you didn't vote at all?
This particular guy told me that the people that drop their mail-in ballots off for provisionals, it could take up to 28 days to be counted. And of course, my concern there was, hey, if they've already called these races, then my vote doesn't count.
Right, and let me explain this. California is a one-party system. How'd that work out for the state, given that we have a dictatorship run by the most corrupt Democrat machine in the history of California? How's that worked out? We're bankrupt. The country's the state's overrun by illegal aliens. Businesses are fleeing. It's astonishing how the Democrats think that one-party systems are wonderful. Look how it's worked out here with Governor Brown and the corrupt machine all the way to Nancy Pelosi. How'd that work out with railroads to nowhere?
Oh, crazy.
Now, you see, but we've got ballot initiatives here in California that are very important. Even in the Democrat state of California, what do you think the Democrats are going to do when it comes to taxation? That's what I'm watching for tonight. Because I don't think that I personally don't think that even Democrats want to pay more taxes, incidentally. I have a friend from Oregon. I was shocked to learn there's no state sales tax in Oregon. Are you aware of that, Bill?
Oh yeah, I grew up in Oregon.
And why is it 9% and they can't get enough money to feed the illegal alien union machine here? What do they want it to be? 30% state sales tax and 30% state income tax? When does this stop?
Well, I work with a guy from Jordan, and he's willing to pay more taxes. And my whole opinion is, I'm taxed enough already. Tea Party.
Oh, I love those people who are willing to pay more taxes. Well, why don't they just pay more taxes. No one's stopping them from paying more taxes now, are they?
It's ludicrous, Dr. Savage.
Well, Bill, thanks for listening to the Savage Nation. I'm anchoring here from the heart of Nancy Pelosi's backyard, if you can believe, San Francisco. Obama in a landslide predicts none other than Bob Dylan. Well, how'd that work out for Bob Dylan, being wrong about everything in his life? He knows how to play a guitar, I'll tell you that. And he certainly can hum on a harmonica. So I put the headline up on michaelsavage.com, what's he been blowing in the wind? I think that's a fairly good headline, don't you? Bob Dylan predicts Obama in a landslide. In a landslide, predicts Bob Dylan. My headline, what's Bob Dylan been blowing in the wind? I'll be right back.